Hi, everyone. This is Laura Daub, and I'm back with Barbara McCallum. And I'll get you to introduce yourself because you do some amazing work yourself. We met at a psychic fair, and we've worked together a few times at the same fairs together and had some great conversations. I love the work that you do because I'm a little bit obsessed with fairies, and I've told you gnomes in
Yes.
particular. But you go by Celtic Barbara, right?
Yes, I do. I go by Celtic Barbara. That's my Instagram one that I use.
Okay.
And then for my website, I use my full name, BarbaraMcCallum.com. That's just changed. It does, I work with the elementals.
Mm-hmm.
My specialty is Celtic Reiki with the fairies. But the fairies are my biggest one that I work with. They're my biggest guides. It's the elementals. But I also work more on what's going on with your body, how your body's talking to you.
With the fairies and the elementals.
Yes.
That's really interesting. I would love to have a reading with you someday for sure.
We'll have to do an exchange, yes.
That would be amazing. And then I'm looking, I know it's really bright right now. We both have windows behind us, but as we were talking just beforehand, you have this beautiful red, like little cottage behind you. And it's really making me think of Nordic or something Nordic. Swedish, like a little Swedish cabin, and it's really cold where you are, it's really cold where I am, and it just makes me think of like mystical fairies in the winter and gnomes in the winter.
Well, the gnomes and the fairies, they still are around. They don't pack up and leave. You just don't really see them flying around as much because they don't need to be. They don't have to be tending to their gardens, but that is actually my magical little spot back there. I have a treatment room in there. That shed has transformed over the years as a play shed. Then I used it as a stained glass studio, and now it's a treatment room. It's a treatment and a reading room for me.
That's
my
great.
grandkids still watch movies up top in it, but yes.
Oh, like a bunkie up there.
Yes. Yeah, it's heated and air conditioned and hydro, so.
Oh, that's great. So where are you located, just for people, or do you still do readings out of your house?
I'm located just outside of Woodstock, Ontario.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have people over for treatments in person, or is it?
Yes, I do. Not a lot. That's kind of like almost it's an invitation only. It can be booked on the website though if you want it in person or online.
Okay, I'm sort of doing that as well.
Yes.
Like every once in a while.
And in that little shed, I leave that corner of the property alone because that's where the fairies really hang out. They like to have something that's wild, that's all theirs, that's untouched.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh yeah, I could talk to you for hours about that.
They have little fairy ley lines that go around the property because I have caught them on film before.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was in March of 2020 actually.
That's just wonderful.
Just at the start of COVID.
Okay. Yeah, I need to talk to you more about this.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining me. You said you wouldn't mind doing a mediumship reading when I posted this out online to see if people would be interested in having their readings done on YouTube or shown on YouTube. You said that you would be interested. So thank you very much for joining me. So hopefully it's going to be a good reading. I've poured the tea and then I poured a little bit of water just to the amount that you would drink it down to. You don't have to drink the cards, just like your clients wouldn't have to touch your cards to have a good reading. It's the same thing with my tea leaves.
Yeah, I had actually a client, it actually, Spirit showed me that because years ago I used to give people the choice of touching the cards or not.
Yeah.
And I'd forgotten this one time. It's, oh gosh, just back like 5-6 years ago. And I dealt them all out and the lady gasped, "No, I wanted to do that." So I said, no problem. So we put all the cards back and she dealt them out and half of those cards came back out.
Really? Yeah.
So it was literally Spirit showing me it doesn't matter. If Spirit wants to talk to you, they will find that way. It doesn't matter who's touching them.
Amazing.
That's why online stuff works so well too, right?
Yeah, exactly. When I first started this with tarot years ago, I wondered the same thing. How and people would ask, how can you do this? Don't you have to be in the same room? And really, it's just energy. So there's no limits to energy, right? We're in different cities, and we're still exchanging our energy together. So that's awesome. So you're up for a mediumship reading?
Absolutely. I find that those, when they're on the other side, they're actually, a lot of the time, I think they're more helpful for us than they were here on Earth. We just miss them.
That's very true. Yeah. So because we're here together, why don't we both kind of put some focus, and maybe we'll both close our eyes even for half a minute. And first of all, I'm going to actually turn the cup around, and I'm making a real mess. I don't have it showing on camera, but I'm just turning the cup around, and then I'm putting it upside down. Okay, so
okay.
Yeah, and then as we will put some focus together, the rest of the tea that we don't need will drain out.
Okay. I've always been interested on how you do your readings.
Well, we have to get together.
Yes.
We need to be in the same city again sometime soon. Okay, so let's close our eyes, and let me know when you're done, after you've done putting some intention out to your loved ones. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So I'm just going to turn the cup over. Okay. So I'll read the symbols out that kind of pop out right at the beginning. So I'm looking at the handle, and right down below, it feels like a teacher energy. Okay. So somebody who was a teacher, or it's an apple with a little leaf on it.
Oh, okay. I got goosebumps. Really? I know who that is if you want me to share.
Sure, feel free.
I have an aunt that just passed less than a month ago, who was a teacher.
Oh, so she's coming out big and strong. You're giving. So what happens with me, and I don't know if this happens with you in your readings, is as soon as that's said, I get shivers, and they go up my legs. It's like before my readings, I do that sort of protection thing where I let all my negative energy go into like the middle of the earth, out my feet into the middle of the earth. And then I like let that energy swirl into like this bright white light. And then I pull it back up through my feet and up into my knees, and then through my chakras, up through my, open up my third eye and out my crown. And then I swirl that energy, and I like protect myself with that white energy. So I think that's exactly what happens when there's that sort of psychic hit, if you will. It does the same thing. It's like that energy is being pulled up, and that's it. It travels up just up to my legs. So I always know that it's spirit sort of applauding or saying, yes, that's me.
I equate that one to, I look at our body as a separate entity and a guide in itself. And that guide is confirming for you that, yes, this is what you need to talk about.
Amazing. I love the way that the two of us have different ways that we would get that, but they mean the same thing. And you're a healer too. You do Reiki, yes, right?
And what you just described that you do for yourself is you raise up your, I always call it like your light level. Okay, you raise up your light level, and I have found that for people recently, when they raise up their light level to a higher vibration, I guess you could say, it's like the veil gets thinned.
Yes.
And then they're able to see their guides, and they're able to connect better. So yeah, so that's what you're doing on that one.
I love the way you worded that, and that's meaningful for me. And so it's like I'm feeling her clapping at this. So did you talk with her about things like mystical things? What was she a teacher of?
She was a teacher of special ed children. Okay. She also had another sister that was also a teacher.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yes, my Aunt Annie is who has just recently passed. She was 102.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and she was still all there with it. She had a lot of intuition and a lot of gifts herself, but she never really shared those.
Okay. That's
Okay.
what I'm kind of getting now is that's why she's clapping about this. It's like she really likes this conversation. She likes that she can connect with you here on this level, where if she didn't talk about it on Earth, that's a real connection. Before, when I was doing my ritual before we connected here, I felt a ringing in my right ear. And I don't usually have a physical reaction, but I'm seeing a bell in the cup. It's like a Christmas bell, and it's right near her. So, I mean, of course, things are meaningful. Christmas is always meaningful, or the holidays are always meaningful, but she is showing me like a very big Christmas bell right beside her.
Okay. There is a silver bell that I have that her father would have given to me
Oh,
when I was little.
oh, so that's a meaningful symbol that she's sending.
Yeah. And as
It's
we know, bells are very good at clearing energy out because it's that sound
yeah,
vibration.
yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, so yeah, and so she's giving me like shivers all up here and even into my heart. And so, do you know how she passed? I'm feeling like it in my heart. So that's just
She was 102.
her heart just stopped. No other things that I'm getting on the health side there, just that her heart stopped. Um, I'm not quite sure if it's money around her, but it feels like she's cradled around. It's almost like a lucky horseshoe shape. And
She used to gamble a lot.
did she? Okay.
And they tell me she used to like it was I didn't hear about it till one of my other aunts passed. I think maybe it was my mom when she passed, when one of my cousins was talking about her liking to go to the casinos a lot.
Okay. So she was that. It's a lucky horseshoe and it's shaped in money. So it's, you know how we know about evidential mediumship and like just it's just giving you something you would know, a couple of different things, the bell and the horseshoe and the teacher. She's so strong that she's able to give symbols, and you are so open because you're a psychic yourself. So that's why she's able to easily help us do this together. There's a lot of space around her. So that's where there's no illness, nothing negative around her. As I'm talking, the Daily Ohm just popped up like a little notification. That's what it feels like, very serene.
Yeah, she's very happy.
Okay, that's what it feels like. She is showing now as an angel, so she's got wings. So that apple, and I can show you this. I'll show it like through the camera here, but the apple is now looking like an angel. So it looks like a Macintosh apple with the leaf off the top, but now she can also look like an angel. So I'm going to try and show you that. Well, do you see her figure? I can also send you a picture.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You see there's little wings on the back of her?
Yep.
And do you see the bell below her? It's out there. I don't know if you can see that well.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I thought on that one.
Okay, yeah. I'll send you a picture and I'll point to it so you can see, and then the horseshoe shape, because she's really wanting to come through very strongly. Is she the one who you wanted to hear from, or was there someone else?
I was very interested to see if she, because I didn't get a chance to see her. I'm a little estranged from a lot of my family, so her leaving was kind of like the last
Okay.
attachment to that, but yes.
Oh, and she's the one who you wanted to hear from. There's someone lower. I don't know if this is a message from her or if this could be her sister who passed. Did you know her sister then? She was another aunt for you. So I'm going to tell you the symbols and let me know what you think about this. There's a duck or a loon, so like a water bird moving forward and then down. So it's kind of funny. It's showing me my check mark. What did you say? She was a teacher as well?
There was also another one that was a teacher. There was another aunt who was not a teacher. With the water, I went to one of my cousins. They always went up north to her cottage and stuff.
It's like, yeah, and that's what the loon is for me. It's my up north grandparents' cottage. So it would be a good, that's how I would equate that.
Yes.
But that check mark is funny because it's almost like my Nike symbol, which I get in the cup. And for me, it's just do it. So I feel like that might be a message for you. I don't know what it's related to. I'll look a little bit further. And it's just do it. So if there's something that you're planning on doing right at the moment, there's a rooster as well, and it's near the check mark. It's almost like get up early and just do it.
Oh, okay.
Does that relate to anything?
That relates to, wanting to know that I'm on the right path for what I'm doing. Yeah, it's like they're giving that verification.
Yeah, that check mark. I could see that check mark being that teacher thing, Yes, you're right. And then there's this heart that also looks like a bouquet, and it's like a balloon that's floating up very slowly up into the air. So a bouquet is definitely the nicest symbol you can get in a teacup. It's a gift, and it's typically a feminine. For me, it feels very feminine. It's a bouquet that.
Oh, okay. There was 4 sisters altogether.
Okay.
Okay. They always celebrated their birthdays. They literally had a birthday card that every birthday, they wrote down in that card where they went for dinner.
Oh.
Right, like they opened it up, like that birthday card was from like it went for like 15 years, and then they had to get another one.
I love that.
So you know how the birthday cards they'll open up and it's got all so it was in there. It would be each one of their 4 names and the date and where they went for dinner.
That's great.
Because they got together for all 4 birthdays throughout the year.
That's great.
Yeah. So the birthday balloon is that celebration of, yeah. So they're all together now and together having their birthdays. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Is there a story, and it would be a funny story, about a fish at a restaurant?
My mom always got fish and chips.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's very a humorous feeling. So was your mom part of that birthday thing at the restaurant?
Yes. Yeah, okay. It was the 4 sisters.
Oh, okay. So
4 sisters on my mom's side.
Okay, so that's awesome. It's just, boy, see how strong. I love this energy between with us and your loved ones, because it's so strong. You can just feel it. You can feel them around you. And this is quite humorous, and they want to let you in on the humor.
Oh, okay.
With the fish. Like, did they tease your mom about always getting the fish?
I'm not sure if they did or not, but that's what she always got anymore when she went out for lunch or when we went out for meals, she would always get fish and chips. So I would be thinking she always got the fish and chips at the meals. Mm-hmm. But my bet would be that one of the other sisters also got it.
That's great. So that's what they're definitely showing, a memory like that, and that, think of it like that's what they're still doing.
Fish is also very much a symbol of religion too.
Yes. So were they religious?
Yes. My mom more so than the others.
Okay. And I can show you, I'm going to take pictures of the cup too, and I'll show you the fish. And that would represent your mom. She's got wings.
Yes.
So I will point to that. Maybe I could even take pictures and put it into the YouTube video.
Oh, that would be an excellent idea. Yes.
And show them, because she does have wings, and I have to tell you, so that's usually my religious symbol as well, angels,
Yes.
and someone who would know about archangels and all the names. But she's showing us a dragonfly, so that makes me think of as like fairy wings.
Yes.
So did she love what you did?
My mom?
Mm-hmm.
My mom was more of a stay-at-home mom, right? But dragonflies for me always show up when it's a significant change.
Oh.
Or a shift. So that would be interesting that they're part of those dragonflies that they show up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I love that. I knew you would have a meaning for that.
And my mom had always turned to religion for helping her to cope with stress and help for things.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And her sisters were very understanding of that. They were also religious too, but not as much as my mom. But they just always had they were four sisters that worked really well with each other. They really did care.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
I can see them sitting down, and they're all connected. Like sitting down at a table or working on something together as a group of women. Yes. Or that's how they're showing each other, sitting at the table. I'm at a round table. I'm almost feeling like they're in a circle together. Yes. Lots of love being sent to you. Like that's a given. I feel like there's more birthday references here, that someone's giving a cake to you with a candle on it, one candle on it, lit. When is your birthday? What month are you?
Mine's in September.
Okay.
The round table, actually, I have the table that they would have grown up with.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I have the old one, and it's literally a round table that extends out.
So isn't that, that's something that would probably feel really special for you at your, times, birthdays and holidays, for sure. Let me see if there's anything else here. I think there's just, I just wanted to let you know this, and I don't know if it's messages for them, but I'll just tell you the couple of symbols. Someone maybe that you've been close to, and I think there may be two people, might have dealt with some depression. I'm seeing my symbol for depression. I don't know if that's going to be a big message in here, but I'll tell you the symbol. It's the semicolon, because some people get tattoos of the semicolon. So if they've been through a mental health issue, they might, and feel like they've overcome it, they'll get a tattoo. So I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, that probably would have been for my mom, because she overcame a lot. She had a huge loss.
Oh, okay.
Right, so that is a lot of the reason why she turned to the religion so much.
Okay.
Yeah, but not at the end, actually. She kind of freed herself from all that religion in the last couple of years.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
She would never have approved of me doing this work before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing there, as you're saying this, what I'm seeing there is like an arrow being shot forward, and it's actually like an arrow, and I'm getting the ringing in my ears again too. And it's like an actual, and I don't know what it is, like a bow and arrow, like being kind of shot. It's like she, quickly switched her thinking. Does that make sense? Was it a quick thing where she changed from religion to spirituality, or how did that work?
She didn't till the end, near the end of the last couple of years of her life. Mom was 91 when she passed. That would have been quite a while ago.
Long living women.
Oh gosh, yes. Oh yes. 90,
Exclamation mark.
yes. On both sides, actually. On my dad's side, they were over 100. They were 102.
Really?
Yes.
So you come from a long line of strong females. Is
Of
this,
women too, actually, very
yeah.
much.
Is
Yeah.
this why you're a healer? Were any of them healers?
Full of teachers.
Teach.
And no, it was I would you could call me the black sheep of that family.
Sorry?
You could call me the black sheep of the family.
Really?
Yeah, I am the misfit group outside of that family. But yes.
Which now you're not. You're like you're the teacher now, or you're the one that they're following and they're applauding
No.
what you do. That's what it
No.
feels like now.
Yes. Well, it
Yeah.
may be. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was I was born into the family to do healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That, yeah, you do past life work, or you get messages on that, right?
Yes.
That's that really seems important. I think you were there to help them change their minds, or at least they'll see that now.
Yeah, I think they do. People do see things more clearly on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I always look at it as if they go through customs when they go through the other side, and they get to see things
I like that.
that happened that they get to declare.
Amazing. Yeah, declare it, right?
Yes.
So maybe on a funny note, I'll end up with this and ask you if you have any questions. But I'm seeing a wine bag. A bag of wine, like a wine skin.
It's a bag of wine?
Mm-hmm. Like, now this feels more like a male energy. It's at the bottom of the cup. When men, I shouldn't say men, but like up north, going out in the snow, I'm seeing your red northern shed there, and wearing that buckskin wine, like around your strapped around you, and you're able to drink wine. So it feels like an outdoorsy story. It's also the shape of the liver, those wine skins, or those buck skins.
There's an uncle that I don't know that would have died from alcoholism.
Okay. So that's, I think, just showing up in the bottom of the cup, just like sort of like a little, I'm here too.
Yeah. Yeah, you switched over to my dad's side.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the other ones were all from my mom's side, but
and I'm not surprised.
Pardon?
I'm not surprised, because it's in the bottom of the cup. It has nothing to do with these strong women.
No, that would have been on the male side. Yeah.
Were him and your dad close?
I honestly don't know, because he passed before I was born.
Oh, okay.
I was the extreme afterthought. Yeah, because I have brothers that are 9, 11, and 13 years older.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and one of those ones has an issue with alcoholism too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so here's one last symbol, is a kangaroo. That's just an Australian thing for me, but it could be leaps and bounds as well, if there's any message in there. It's near that check mark, or that like Nike symbol, just go for it, and it sort of leaps. So if there's no Australia,
no, there's no Australia, although it would just be nice to visit sometime, but that was only for the Fairies penguins. But I remember seeing the kangaroos when I went out to BC. But no, I would say it would go with the Nike symbol with the leaps and bounds.
Bounds. Yeah, I would say so.
The kangaroos also carry their babies in their pouches too.
Definitely very mothering, and I know you and your daughter are close, so that could represent that as well.
Yes.
And
is there a small boy over there at all?
That could be the kangaroo as well.
Oh, okay.
So usually it's a dragon that I'll see or a dinosaur for a little boy, but
Oh, okay.
but that definitely could be the kangaroo, seeing as that we brought it up here. So yes. So who would he be related to?
My mom.
Okay. How old was he when he passed?
I'm not 100% sure. I think he was maybe 4 or 5.
Okay, because it is like a young,
Yeah.
This leaping and leaps and bounds. So that could represent him, but was that a long time ago? He's more.
It was 2 years and a week to my birth.
Okay, so that, yeah, that could definitely be related. I just don't have a full story on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely related to you.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? I think it's really amazing to work with you because you're so strong that these symbols were able to come up and they're able to converse with you.
Yes, but that's why you brought in him at the end, because that was where the depression would have been for my mom.
Oh.
And that where she turned to religion to help her cope with that loss.
Oh,
okay. He felt
okay.
responsible for that.
Oh, okay. That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, they would be together now, and
yeah.
So what a beautiful reading. I really I'm envious for these strong women, and even if you were considered the black sheep, doing what you and I do.
Most of my others that are still here, not so much to them anymore. So yeah.
And that's the thing, like doing what you and I do, it's like we are more accepted these days, and people are, it's needed. We're needed, aren't we?
It is needed to help us to move forward and see things in a different way. Yeah, so that we don't have so much to unpack when we get over there.
Definitely. I think that's the key, right? A lot of people don't look at things very deeply, and they just sort of glide through life. We may have to deal with more crap in some ways, but we are working towards it. So I know we could talk a lot and get into numerology, which I know that you know a lot about, right? And that sort of makes sense there too.
Yeah. And I am a strong believer that we do choose the families that we are born into.
Yeah.
And we're born into them for a reason and for lessons to learn.
Yes. I do talk about that with some clients too. And for some people, it's a brand new concept. And it's like, really? Why would I choose this? But it's, I guess, to learn.
Well, and to learn, because we go back afterwards and we download this information that we've done, right?
Yeah.
We're all growing and transforming.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That's a really, that'd be a good note to end it on, how all connected we are.
We are. And it just continues to grow, right? So.
Thank you so much, Barb, for spending this time with me and for letting me do this.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. I hope to see you soon.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.